Hello students, hi, this is Vikas Mahajan and I welcome all of you in our Madhvi institution for the lecture of SY BCom SEM 3 subject FC. We are going to start chapter number 1, human rights violations. In this unit, we are going to discuss some of the points. Those are objectives, introduction, meaning of vulnerable groups, forms of violations of rights, violation of rights of scheduled caste, violation of rights of scheduled tribes. So let's begin with objectives. After studying the unit, you will able to understand the nature of human rights violations in India. Next one, you will able to understand to classify the vulnerable groups. You will able to understand the nature of vulnerability, and the last one, you will able to compare the extent of vulnerability. Introduction. In this chapter, the meaning of vulnerable groups will be clearly outlined so as to help the reader understand the basic characteristics of vulnerability. It will further enhance the study of the understanding of these groups with the ability to access the forms of vulnerability in all these groups. Human rights are essentially the rights of people. They are the rights that an individual can avail and enjoy by virtue of being born as a human being. In legal terms, human rights means the rights relating to life, liberty, equality and dignity of an individual guaranteed by the Constitution or embodied in the international covenants and which are enforceable by courts in India. The next definition is given by the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and in short we can call it UDHR 1948. They define human rights as rights derived from the inherent dignity of the human person. Rights derived from the inherent dignity of the human person. Now we will see what is the meaning of vulnerable groups. You know that our society is a diversified patchwork of different sets of people practicing different cultures, customs and belonging to different race, religion, caste, gender and so on. These diversities, however, lead to a lot of inequalities in the population. In such conditions, there is a growth of vulnerable groups who are the most exploited, suppressed and discriminated in the country. The Constitution of India uses the term weaker sections to refer to these vulnerable groups. Now we will see the forms of violations of rights of vulnerable groups. Vulnerable groups are those sections of the society that experience economic and social backwardness and other forms of social exclusion as compared to the general population. The vulnerable groups face the problem of discrimination, deprivation, exploitation, neglect and violence. In India, there are at least 12 vulnerable groups which include women, children, elderly, disabled, migrants, HIV positive persons and AIDS victims, refugees, linguistic and religious minorities, sexual minorities, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and internally displaced persons. Now we will see forms of violations of human rights. First one is discrimination. These groups are discriminated on grounds of being socially and economically weaker sections of the society. In case of women and children, it is much greater since the society treats them as biologically weak. And post-globalization means after 1991, the situation has witnessed the growth of several crimes as against the past due to the large-scale migration and displacement. And while the technology, means changes in the technology, have made lives easier, and it has further entangled the relationships and the human nature in general has undergone the major alterations. which in turn has created a furor in the sphere of social discrimination, for example, the prenatal diagnosis for sexual determination. Second point is deprivation. Exploitation and deprivation are both connected to each other, as one leads to other. For example, the growing cases of malnutrition that is reported daily through the media is rampant in areas that are deprived and exploited. Third point is exploitation. The attribute of taking undue advantage of the weaker section in the society result in exploitation, which is in turn means lead to antisocial behavior. For example, the insurgency such as the Naxalite movement. Next one is neglect. The another one main attribute of vulnerability is neglect, which generally happens in case of tribals and women, as they seem to be the least empowered and illiterate. Last one point is violence. The world today is experiencing major cases of violence against the weak, means the weaker section. This has however manifested into insurgent movements and rights for survival movements. Now, the next point that we are going to see, the violation of rights of the scheduled caste. There are 3 points that we are going to discuss. The first one is untouchability and other crimes. Untouchability has been a major crime practiced for generations together against the lower caste. There has always been a depiction of untouchability related crimes in the media, and the government of India has taken several measures to combat these sectarian crimes against the lowest in the social strata. Second one is poverty. Along with untouchability comes the issue of poverty, which is the most prominently held fear of the lower caste in the Indian society. They are denied access to land holdings, and all attempts made to undermine poverty is defeated in the long run. There have been attempts to bring the scheduled caste in the mainstream, however, the success has been limited. And the last point is economic exploitation. Further, the main issue that the people in this group face is economic exploitation on account of illiteracy, landlessness, and poverty. Attempts to alleviate their status were made by social reformers in various parts of India. The next one is violation of rights of scheduled tribes. In this, there are some of the points that we are going to discuss. You know that scheduled tribes, who are the original people or aborigine from the forest, are the most vulnerable groups of people in India. They constitute near about the 8.6% of the population living here, with maximum concentration of population seen in the northeastern parts of India. Okay, this means ST is also recognized as the weaker section by the Constitution of India. The violation of rights which began from the time of British are still found, and now we will discuss some of the problems of the scheduled tribes. The first one is land alienation. The tribals have been alienated from their native lands owned by their own forefathers for generations together. This is not a post-independence phenomenon, but it was common even during the colonial days. The forest laws not only alienated the forest dwellers, but further pushed them to the brinks of poverty and vulnerability. They no more live contented life, and their art and culture that was known to proliferate throughout the world does not exist any longer. Second point is forest land loss caused due to environmental degradation. We know that कि forest land and environmental degradation is connected to each another. The scheduled tribes are landless and usually face discrimination. They are further deprived of their land, which is today used for commercial purposes. Further, the forest cover has been soon depleting in India. That has caused severe damages to the environmental condition in which the tribals live. And the third one is displacement. Displacement means going from one place to another, maybe forcefully or by willingly. Development induced displacement has been a regular feature amongst the tribals, and there has been large scale migration to cities and townships on account of this. Fourth one is economic exploitation and bonded labor. On account of being landless, there is a need to work as agricultural laborers in the farms to earn a living for themselves. This, however, takes a brutal turn, and indebted poor are made to work as bonded laborers, where they are expected to work for long hours without being paid, and it is the employee who decides the tenure and the nature of such work. Matter worsens when the families are attacked for not obeying the orders. And the last point is lack of basic amenities. The tribals lack all basic necessities required to live a life in a sufficiently decent life. Right from malnutrition, disease, lack of proper food, excess intake of liquor, lack of schooling, the tribals face a larger sets of problems, and the government, which lacks in an adequate monitoring sector, find the entire exercise of spending on their amenities a very difficult exercise. Large scale corruption has not only led to deprivation, but today the tribals are more into insurgent movements and are ready to sacrifice their lives, demanding for separate states. So in this way, today we have discussed some of the points, that is objectives, introduction, meaning of vulnerable groups, forms of violations of rights of scheduled caste, and the last one was the violation of rights of scheduled tribes. I hope you have understood the lecture very correctly. You will watch this video again and again to understand it. Okay. We will meet in the next lecture. Till then, take care. Bye and thank you, all of you.